There were man-eaters, there were man-eating leopards, man-eating tigers in the area going back 100 years. And the British, having kept records, as they do, had records of 1,000 people back to 1900 taken by man-eaters. I was in western Nepal, in camp, and a runner came from the governor of the province to come and see me. So I went to see him. He said, there's a man-eater. He said, can you shoot it for me? And I said, yes, I'll try if you like. He said, you have some free time? I said, yes. And then I said, is there a reward? And he said, yes, the reward is $5. And I said, oh, that will be nice. So I drove down there with Pasang, about 40 or 50 miles to this area where there was a village and where the Kauriala River flowed past. The day I got there, and the previous day, a man had been taken from a buffalo cart, which is very unusual. A tiger will stalk a man, jump on him and kill him. But in this case, this man was coming past in a buffalo cart, and the tiger jumped into the cart, grabbed the man. The buffaloes panicked, ran, tore up the ground, and he dragged the man away and dragged him into a ravine. So as soon as I got there with Pasang, we armed ourselves and we went to look at the sign on the ground, because tigers will, they say, will pick up enormous animals, big men. They don't, they drag. They simply drag their prey. So we followed the drag out into a ravine and down the ravine, and after about 300 yards, we came upon a sad sight, and it was an umbrella. So the poor man had an umbrella, and he must have still been alive, holding his umbrella as he was dragged down this ravine. I set up a plan to try and shoot the man-eater, because man-eaters will kill something, drag it to a place, eat it, and then go and lie up nearby, and then come back to the kill, always come back the same way, always. So Pasang and I set up a trap, you could call it that, and arranged it in the ravine. I was on one side, in the roots, and Pasang was on the other. Pasang had a shotgun, I had a rifle. And we waited there for the tiger to come. This is a man-eater, a big tiger. We could see from his pug mouth, it's a big tiger. And we waited and waited, and we heard some sounds. We heard some deer calling, we heard some birds calling, alarming, and I thought, he's on the move now. What happened is the tiger changed his tactics and came to the ravine, from down the ravine behind us, and started coming up the ravine very quietly. When he got very, very close, Pasang saw him with his peripheral vision. Pasang was locked into the roots of the side of the ravine, and the tiger's eyes were on me, on my back, facing up at him. So Pasang did a very brave thing. He swung around with his shotgun and pulled both triggers, literally in the tiger's face, turned it, shot out of the ravine, disappeared, took off. Another 10 seconds, it would have been on my back. And Pasang took a chance of it turning and going on him. And we followed his tracks, for 3 or 4 miles to a railway line on the edge of the Indian-Nepal border. And the tracks disappeared there. And we went back to my safari camp. And then word came that something very interesting. A big tiger had been hit by a train. Maybe that's what the pug mouse that we were following disappeared. A big tiger had been hit by a train. So later on, I drove down to see the game warden there, and he had the skin of a big tiger. And he said, yes, it was hit by a train. Could have been our tiger, our man-eater. And that was the end of the story.